Welcome back. We are here for another podcast with HP Tuners. It's the third day of our road trip across Europe, and we are at CTD Germany with Tino, and we're here to talk cars.
That was
Yes. Is that all right? One take wonders. There you go. Crack on. Right, who's starting?
You start.
I'll start.
You can start.
You
speak for all of us.
I know.
As MOTORADDICTS, you speak for all of us. Yeah.
I've got a lot to
You
ask.
are
The thing is,
technical
you've
man.
got a lot in common because he is a mechanic. He has his own workshop space. We're not mechanics by any means.
Okay.
So we are trying to do on tools, but we are rubbish. So we're always like, "Is this right? Is this okay?" And he's like, "Yes or no."
We're like the apprentice.
But you're all petrolheads, so
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly that.
He used to sell cars. I photograph cars, and then he works on
I
cars.
fix cars.
it's a
Yeah.
good combination.
Yeah.
We
it
still have
works.
our own dealership.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
It could work, yeah.
it does work. I want to start from the top because there's loads that I haven't spoken to you about. I mean, when we turned up, I was like, I want to find out about this and that, and we did speak about some bits, but I think it's fair to ask a few of the basic questions, like how you started the business off. I mean, this is an incredible facility,
Yes.
but it didn't start. Your business didn't start like this. Do you want to tell us a bit about how the business started?
I was always into cars. Yeah, so I have an older brother, and in the past, in the begin 90s, so everybody in Germany was in Opel or in Volkswagen.
Ah, okay.
You can't get any else, so that's the issue. So my brother owns an Opel D Cadet.
Yes, Cadet was an Astra in the UK.
okay. Yeah.
Was it, no, the older one.
Yeah, Cadet. I think.
This is a very heart-shaped.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it
Mark
Chevelle? Chevelle?
No,
Chevette?
well, this would have been. I had an Opel Cadet SR, but that was 1982.
So this was a C Cadet with a hatchback, so with
Yeah.
rear-wheel drive.
Oh no, this was front-wheel drive. So it must have been before that.
After the C Cadet, there was a D Cadet. So that was a 1.8 liter engine front-wheel drive.
Oh, wasn't the Viva rear-wheel drive?
Yes, I think
maybe,
it might
So
have
it
been
was
that.
like the Ford Escort.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But then they had the Vauxhall
European.
Viva, they called it in England.
So that was your brother's car then.
Yes. So and we worked a lot on these type of cars, and then I was 4.5 years at the German Army, and while I was at the Army, I prepared already to be. Or to get my own business running, because I starting with programming websites and that stuff. It was very new. It was I make my driver license in '97, and so long time ago.
Yeah.
And my first car was I don't know if you know it's the East German Trabant.
Oh, a Trabant.
Trabant.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but
Yeah, I've never seen one, but I've heard of
So
them.
made of carton box.
Yeah.
So that was regarding the insurance, because the insurance for a beginner is very high in the past. So we had to pay 260% of the normal. And so you can't afford only a cheap car or with a small engine. It was only 26 horsepower. That was the first car I had.
Yeah.
So, but what I did is I make it lighter. I removed the rear seats. I put in bucket seats and different belts and different steering wheel and different engine setup and so on. And it was fun to drive in the beginning. And the second car was the D Cadet as well, the GTE. And then I started with more exotic, with a Nissan Silvia S13 I had in the past. But that was not great while driving on slippery roads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
it don't live so long in my hands. And then I go to the Italian cars. Yeah, so I drove in the beginning, what was it? An Alfa Romeo 164 3-liter V6.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And then it came and Lancia Dedra 2000 Turbo.
Yeah.
Then I had a Lancia Delta Integrale.
Nice.
Yeah,
the
that's the
Evo
one.
2. Not the
very
3,
cool.
it was not possible to get, it was too expensive.
Yeah.
And then I had the 155 Q4 Alfa Romeo.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
That's also a nice.
So a lot of
Lovely looking
motorsport cars, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my dream was it to make it like the classic DTM.
Yeah. The one
Alpha.
Alfa Romeo 155 is perfect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Berlin to watch the old DTM cars, and we had in northern Germany also a track when they was driving. I had still some autographs from Larini. That was one of the.
Okay, not heard of.
Yeah, it's before your time. Maybe
Oh, okay.
already.
Okay.
Well, yours, yeah. How old are you now?
Try and guess. He doesn't look his age.
No?
You might
No.
have given the game away, but
Yeah. Do you reckon he's closer
If
to
he
me?
passed in 97, I would have passed in 99, I think it was, or 98. So 42, 43.
46.
he's 46.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've had a good life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Straight
yeah.
with him and me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I thought he hasn't had it easy because he's built all this up.
I know, he's not had it easy, so-
why doesn't he look knackered like we do?
It's the German lifestyle.
No smoking.
No
Yeah,
smoking.
true,
Wow,
yeah.
yeah.
No stress.
I can't promise.
But DTM is out. I mean, DTM is DTM. The German.
Yeah, what does it
touring
stand
car.
for?
Yeah.
What does it stand
So,
for?
I was going to ask. Yeah.
the D is for Deutsche.
Yeah.
It's Deutsche Tourenwagenmeisterschaft. That's a German.
What's you Deutsch?
Deutsche Tourenwagen
Yeah.
Meisterschaft.
Oh, okay.
So that's a German touring car
Yeah, it's like British
championship.
touring.
Yeah, we're
nice. Yeah.
BTCC.
So you used to
yeah.
have the E30s and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Also the E-Class, 190s,
Yeah.
and so on. And that was a time when they was also driving on the Nürburgring. And,
Sure.
but this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And now DTM is a little bit boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the real cars anymore. So if you see the cars from inside, you have the full carbon fiber monocoque chassis,
Yeah.
and that's they sit almost on the rear seats. Yeah, so the steering, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's
So a bit like NASCAR, they look like. in
Yeah.
that way.
But all
So it's
fiberglass.
less and less like a conventional car.
Yes,
You can't relate to it as much. That's why I don't watch. Part of the reason I don't watch Formula One. I think the technology is amazing, but it doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah. You can't go to the shop and buy.
Yeah.
But so-
I like to watch NASCAR, but you can't get it here.
Yeah.
Sure.
See, for me, I still quite enjoy the British touring car element of it because it is still similar. You go
Yeah.
in, it is a manufactured car. You got your Ford, I think Subaru have done some, and Vauxhall, and I still enjoy watching it. It's still a big event.
It's not quite as extreme as DTM because they're not allowed carbon fiber body panel. Well, I don't think they are.
DTM, whenever you watched it when I was younger and you saw the 190Es
Mercedes
and stuff like that,
BMW.
you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
proper cars like going head to head.
The Jägermeister.
We had the Ford Mondeo and
was
they
that?
had the
Mercedes. Jägermeister Mercedes, wasn't it?
The BMW was the Jägermeister.
Oh, it might have been BMW. Might have been E30.
Mercedes had also the
yeah.
orange Jägermeister.
Yeah. Good
but
liveries.
Right. So we wanted to talk about my starting.
Yeah.
So while I was at the army, so I prepared the business and programmed something and make some things and see what's on the market. So you had a lot of tuners in the past which do everything, from Audi to Volkswagen and everything between, BMW, everything. So and I see if I want to go to that business, to that market, it makes no sense for me to do the same because you are one from a lot of guys.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Market. So I was looking for more specific cars which needs a tuning. So in that case, it was 2003. I was looking for trendy cars. It was very new, the new Mini.
Okay.
The Chrysler Crossfire was very new.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Mazda RX-8 was new. The Porsche Cayman was new. And the Nissan 350Z was new. So I make the decision. I go to the dealership and I drove every car.
Oh, okay.
And the car gave me the most emotions was the 350.
Nice.
Yeah, and I see, okay, if you drive if I drove the Porsche, you say, okay, what can I do to this car? Nothing. The interior is perfect. It drives good. Yeah, what should you do?
Yeah.
And You know, the Cayman and also the Boxster here in Germany is more the women car. No?
Yeah,
Not the guy's car. Yeah, so. And
I quite like a Cayman.
Yeah, but it's the same in the UK. It is
Yeah,
same
and the
in
only
UK.
TT's bunched into that as
Same,
well.
yeah.
And then I started to test things on. I bought one, a 350Z, the orange one. Maybe you see a photo here in the property.
Yeah, with
here and
the
there.
big chrome wheels, was it?
Yeah. So I did a lot of wheels on that car. And we make a lot of development with starting with software, and it was everything very new. Everything was imported. I get connections to Japan, to the US, and so on. And then I get the parts tested on my car, and I say, okay, it works. I can offer it to my customers, put it on a website. And I had a relationship with a workshop back in the days in Hanover. And it was from 2003 to 2009. And in 2009, I moved to Oberhausen. It's nearby here.
Okay.
I did see a sign for that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because my wife now is living there, and so we had a distance relationship that was not good. So I moved here.
Closer.
Here's also a lot more cars, a lot more guys, more business, and it was easier for me to start growing. And from 2009 to 2022, I was in Rheinberg, 12 kilometers away. Also with a small relationship to a workshop behind our shop. It was funny. It was an old Nissan dealership.
Oh.
A very small one. And the owner of the property showed me a photo where a Micra K10 was in the showroom.
Blimey.
We know those. We know
We
those.
got K11.
Oh, K11.
The K10 is
The
K10
Really
is the
boxy.
boxy one.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was maybe, I don't know. Schicksal, we say Schicksal here in Germany.
What's that?
Fortune. So like a
Oh,
fortune.
okay,
So
yeah.
And then it becomes everything bigger and bigger, and more customers and more stuff we have to import, and we had no more space anymore. So in 2019, I make the decision to look for property or for ground where we can build something. And luckily, we found that 2000. But it is from scratch, everything my plan based on the experience I made in the past.
Wow.
So in that case, we have the dyno in the back, the showroom in the front, even the office. So if the dyno is running, you can still talk to the customers or whatever. Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's quite a luxury to be able to design. Most people who repair cars or tune cars, they move into a building that already exists.
Yes, yeah.
But to design it around specifically what's good or most useful for you is a dream. I mean, it's like
I already also looked for a finished property, like an old dealership or whatever. But there was nothing here. So that's a problem. Or it was too old, too small, or too big.
yeah.
That was a problem.
Goldilocks effect.
Yeah. So I wanted a dyno. That's the problem. So you need a pit. Sure, you can do with a ramp and drive, but I don't want it. I want it in a pit, and it's everything you can drive on it with very low cars and or race cars, whatever.
Yeah.
But it also costs a lot of money to build a pit in a existing building.
Yeah.
And
When you're making one, you can just make that part of the.
yeah, that's the reason why we have these lifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because to do
they
it
sit flush on the
afterwards.
floor, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But I noticed that the floor, front to back, there's no steps, no lips.
No.
It's all one level.
Yes,
And
yeah.
was that part of your?
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, you see almost no cables on the walls. It's everything in. Yeah.
Is that because you like to race around on wheelie chairs?
I hope not.
So obviously you started with 350Z.
Yes.
But obviously you've got things like Nissan Juke, you have Audi TT, you have
370.
Civic Type R.
Yeah.
Are you still open to a broader range now instead of focusing?
Yeah, sure. So in the past, I made a product range only for the 350s, and yeah, sure, the 370 came after. It was logic for me to get a product range for that car as well. And I decided to go more Nissan specific. And but if you are local here, then this area is rumors for tuning. Yeah. So we have
the guy to go to, sort of.
yes.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to tune their cars, but it is difficult to find your right person to help with it.
Sure.
So not everybody can do it on his own. So he needs help to organize parts or to install them or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I don't say go to somewhere else or so, except it is very strange or whatever. So in that case, we do also Audis, RS6, RS4, whatever, all the RS models, and even the TTs is no problem. The BMWs. Normally, I don't like Hondas because the Honda guys say this is a race car, but it isn't, because it's front-wheel drive. And
And I've noticed with a lot of people like that when they bring in their car, because they're now of an older point, they've put cheap parts on.
Yeah.
And then when you go to tune them, they tend to fail, and then the dyno's slowed down and everything else.
It's the same here. So you see it. The Type R we have here now has an intake, very cheap intake manifold or an intake system installed, where you normally lost power because you suck all the warm air from the engine, and that's not really effective. So we see that on the Nissan guys sometimes also, and but this is the reason why I made a YouTube channel to have tips on and content which helps you to get a good proper car. And I don't want to entertain. I'm not the entertainer on YouTube, but I save a lot of time with talking everything the same on the phone to the
So
customer.
just check out the video.
Right.
And let me know what you think after.
And in the past it was, I want to buy a 350. What should I look for? And I was 1 hour on the phone to tell people what should I say.
Every other 2 days or something.
And it was annoying some point. You can't go working anymore. And then I made a video, 1 hour video, YouTube video, and that was the reason why also magazines came to me and make pictures, photos, and then a big article. Also the old timer magazines.
That's the one we saw earlier, the one downstairs.
Yeah, so I'm interested now because it is a young timer. It has time to get an old timer. Yeah, but it's you can prepare already.
Absolutely. Yeah. So obviously we're here with HB Tuners. I believe you started previously with them in sales and technical support. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So how did that come about, and then the evolution to now having your own place with HB Tuners as the approved dealer?
Yeah, it was years ago. I was at SEMA, and I was already looking as well to HP tuners. It was a very interesting product, and I get a flyer. To get back to Germany and had it in my mind. Then a month later, I get a call from a headhunter from the UK, and he offered me a job for a few hours per week to do technical support for a software company. I didn't know.
That was it. Yeah.
What it was. So, I'm interested, and I get a contract. That I don't want to tell anybody else.
Sure.
Yeah, and it was very mysterious a little bit. And I was interested because it was the time when we moved to Rheinberg and the business starts growing and I had time.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, so it's no problem. So let's talk about serious things. And it was HP tuners. And Rob contacted me. Rob is a head from the UK office, HP tuners. And it was, I remember it with my flyer in my head. I know you already, yes. And the product is very interesting. And we get here in that area a lot of Dodge Rams. And
we noticed that. There's so many Dodge Rams.
I've seen 3 Dodge Rams this morning just driving around.
What's all that about?
The thing is, we are more countryside, yes.
I suppose, yeah.
And you need something
utility vehicles.
Yes, and you, to put in what do you call it?
In the bed, the flatbed.
No, behind. So if you want to pull something.
Towing.
If you want to tow something bigger or whatever, or horses or whatever. It is very hard to get the right car here. And if you have a normal SUV, which has no real four-wheel drive or no power or whatever.
And they're not heavy enough either.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So the Ram works well there.
And also a money thing, because not anybody can afford a G-Class, for example.
Sure,
It's too expensive. So that's the reason why you see a lot of Dodge Rams here.
Yeah.
That's so
I
interesting.
noticed it in Holland as well, it's the same.
Yeah.
But the roads are bigger here than what we have.
The roads are just better set out and they're bigger,
But we went on a bit
better in the Netherlands. Are they better than in Germany?
Oh no, Netherlands and Germany are the same, but they're bigger. Right? In England, everything's
I know.
crap.
If I was in London one time, I was really scared because if you drive to London, you have these poles left and right. You have
width
to
restriction.
go through, and so it is only 1 centimeter on each side.
You're not getting the Dodge Ram.
No.
But we've gone on a bit of a tangent, which we do that. But sorry, you were saying you had your flyer and you were signed up, and then you were working for sales and technical support.
For the region northern Germany.
Okay.
And we had there was another guy from Austria, Alex Oberlechner. He has also a business running in Austria. With software development, chip tuning, and that stuff, and he did the southern region and Austria.
Yeah.
And so we was the contact person if some customers bought that product and need some help for installation, how to use, how to connect, if any problems are there. They gave us a call and we could help in their foreign language.
Cool. Nice.
That's cool. The HP are trying to branch out more outside of the US, but like we were saying about the Dodge Rams, there are more American cars here than I expected to see anyway.
This is the weird thing. So far we're in day 3 and we've been to a place in Holland which is like America, and now we're in a place in Germany which is like Japan.
All right.
So we've not actually seen any German really culture and like that. So
we have a lot of import dealers here, which has the whole parking lot is full of Challengers, Camaros, Mustangs, Dodge Rams, whatever you want. Yeah.
Does that appeal to you at all? The American stuff? Bear in mind, they're Americans watching this.
Yes, it's, I would say it is very, very good business as well.
Yeah.
Sure. But they are become more and more expensive now. That's a big problem. And, but if you go to I was at Volkswagen a month ago, and if you see a Tiguan R.
Yeah.
Guess the price here in Germany for a Tiguan R.
60,000.
More?
Yes.
More?
Yes.
More than that?
Yes.
How much?
It was 83,000 euros for a Tiguan R.
It's a Tiguan.
And how much?
It's a 2-liter engine.
If you were to get a Challenger or a Charger or Mustang imported, similar price maybe?
Or an Escalade.
If you do it on your own, it will be definitely cheaper. But if you go
to a dealership,
they become expensive.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you
top tip: if you're watching this and you're in Germany, import your own stuff. It's stressful, but Better than the Tiguan now.
Yeah, but if you want better support, because we have a dealer nearby which check also this accident history and stuff.
Yeah.
And because sometimes you see some cars, import cars, US cars from White Russia. They normally bought full accident cars, rebuild it, and sell it cheap. But that's not good.
No, we have that in the UK as well.
Because my woman drove in Chrysler Pacifica, for example. That's an US minivan.
Oh, okay. Like a Voyage, like a Voyager or something.
Probably,
Yeah.
Yeah, the newer model of the Voyager.
Yeah.
Because it's a hybrid.
Oh, okay.
It's a 3.6 liter V6. And it's a great car. So we looked before for a V-Class and the Ford Custom.
Transit
Connect or something,
And Volkswagen T6.
Yeah.
And my wife say it looks like a delivery car. Yes, that's right, but that's what you get in Germany. Right? So everything is boring. Yeah, and so I say, let's look over the ocean. Yeah, there was a Ford Flex, there was a Chrysler Pacifica, there was a Honda Odyssey, and that stuff. There was minivans. My wife wanted 3 rows to seat plus a trunk.
Yeah.
And with a good engine. Here in Germany, you get only diesels, and you have to add blue on these cars as well.
Yeah.
That's not working for me.
Sure.
And so we imported in Pacifica, and because it's a hybrid, you say you pay only 78 euros tax per year.
Oh, nice. That's good. Yeah.
Because it's normally calculated by engine capacity.
Sure, but with it being a hybrid, it offsets.
Right.
Yeah. Nice loophole there. We always have a loophole.
Yeah, and it has also 170 kph speed limiter. You can remove with HP tuners.
There we go. There you go. Shout out to HP tuners. Hannes is sweating at the idea of us plugging the fact you can de-restrict your cars. Yeah.
So running the workshop, do you still do I get that you do the mapping and stuff. Do you still do the spanners?
Well, what do you mean?
Like fixing like the mechanical repair.
Okay. If it's needed, if it's it is time related a little bit. So if it's customer is waiting and everybody is busy, so I help, sure. But mostly I don't have time anymore for that. But I do the mapping. I get in the car and close the doors and let the dyno run.
Put the aircon on when it's hot. Put the heating on when it's cold.
What's the worst car to either tune on the dyno, or the worst car that you've had to work on that's the type of car?
German cars, yeah.
Any car.
But it's if I remember right. So we had a few weeks ago the Audi S3 here, which get overheated. So we get a call from the customer. Oh, the car gets overheated. We have a limp mode and everything, and you can drive, yes, but only slow. And okay, came over. We checked, and it was overheated. So what was the problem? The thermostat was a problem, and it's not like an usual thermostat, which opens and closes. So it's an ECU controlled thermostat with a small motor in it, which opens and closes valves. So, but there is a reason for that. So I say, let's open it, let's look into it, what happens, because this is an old plastic thing. And I hate this. It's like the thermostat from the E60s, the BMWs. It's also crap. And so we open it, and the small engine, the motor on it, has the gear on it, on top of it. And the little gear had a little crack.
And that was it.
And the gear fell off.
Oh no!
The drive, the shaft, and can't open and closes the valves anymore.
So it just boils the.
That was the reason. That was the reason that the car was overheated. And this unit, the thermostat unit, guess the price.
Oh God, he loves a good guess the price.
We have done one of these, but I can't remember how much.
£800.
It's going to be 45,000 euros.
And then you get a new
No,
car.
so
yes.
what, I don't know, €1,000.
No, it was 550 euros.
Still quite expensive.
But a
though.
thermostat's
Yes, yeah.
£20.
Just the component, yeah.
Yeah, but you have to install it, and that was a headache because you have to remove the manifold, which is also plastic, and all the hoses. There's only 2 hoses. connected.
Labour intensive.
There's a lot of hoses. So the total was, I believe, 1,400 euros or something like that. And that's only for that small gear which fell off.
Did you fit an uprated one, or can you only go the original?
You can get only the original one.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
So there's potential it could go again, or
Yes.
Yeah.
There isn't a serviceable part because we've done one of these, only one on a Scirocco R. Would it be? Or Scirocco GTI.
Pirate
or-
edition.
Yeah, something sporty. Same job, but you can't replace the individual components. You have to replace the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
See, but it's
mammoth
like
job.
when with the 180T, the BAM engines at APX or what have you, with the thermostats that we had, the housing, they were plastic. So we knew they fail. So they made aluminium ones to
Yeah,
put on.
that's
cool, yeah.
But obviously now, with this, no one does anything for
It's
it.
probably too new as well. That there's not been enough problems that people have started resolving. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but if you see the modern engines from Volkswagen, from Audi, from BMW, you see more and more plastic on the engines.
Yeah.
And that's a big problem. They will maybe live the warranty,
Yes.
but after that you get problems.
they get brittle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I've got a Golf GT TDI, and the inlet manifold is plastic.
Yeah, right.
Where if you buy the smaller engine, it's a metal manifold.
But,
So
but
you end
even
up-
on a 5 Series BMW, the E60s, they have a plastic manifold with this flaps
Yeah, yep.
inside, and the flaps
They come off.
have rubber around,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that
jeez.
came off.
Yeah.
And this is
Terrible design.
Bad design.
definitely.
It's so bad.
It's too complicated. That's a problem. So if
Yeah.
you see a Nissan engine, it could be made in the 60s maybe. Everything is metal. It's aluminium.
Yeah.
And it's easy to reach and good to work on it. You have a big chain. Yeah. Did you remember with the Volkswagen with the chain problem?
Yeah.
When you would turn it off or start it, boom,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. And it costs a lot of money. And but the chain was too small, and the oil pressure was too low, and
Yeah.
everything. And with Nissan engines, we don't have these big problems. We know the problems which engines could have, and solve that.
You can
for-
resolve them quite
Yes.
early. Yeah.
Yeah.
You must be the only German person I've met who loves Japanese cars
And
more than
Italian
German
cars,
and
and
Italian
Italian
cars. Yeah,
cars.
that's it. You must be a rarity. You must be a rarity.
I like a lot of cars, even American cars. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like.
Oh, we got them back on board. They're back in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like as well 71 Roadrunner, for example.
Oh,
the Plymouth stuff.
We had the
I like
pleasure at Street Weekend.
Yeah, saw a white
I've
one.
never seen one before, and they are huge. Your facilities are not big enough to house one, unfortunately. Yeah, it's too big.
Yeah, we have here also in Germany some US car shows, and I like to go. We have a Chrysler, we can do. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
drive to it.
Yeah.
It's no problem. But I like the old muscle cars with big engines. So we have, you saw it maybe the LS3 6.2 liter engine, and so I like to. Hear it running in a Nissan 350. That would be
Well,
fun.
his
Wow.
Datsun is perfect combination. So,
yeah.
That's also going to be HP tuned as well.
Yeah.
well,
we
it
are-
already is. I mean,
Yeah, well, that.
Yeah.
I suppose partially. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to review a 350Z with an LS3 in it.
So we'll tell you if it's any good.
Yeah, but it's only a track car. But we prepare already a road car as well.
Yeah.
With that combination, and that will get also tuned by HP tuners.
Are there a lot of challenges? I appreciate, I've rambled onto these guys. It's probably about the only thing I know about modifying cars in Germany is TÜV, TÜV. Here he goes. Ugh. Is
it has to be,
is it
yeah.
difficult tuning and keeping legal at the same
Yes,
time?
yes.
So you have to do a lot of tuning, but keep it almost factory exhaust. You can do sports cap, but you can't go too crazy. And
Yeah, we have a limit,
Very strict.
the driving limit noise emission of 78 decibel.
Wow.
So that they measure it from 50 kph accelerating in third gear mostly 50 meters. 10 meters away, you have only 78 maximum.
That's same as your Nova.
No.
That's driving noise, right? So that's driving noise. And if you have a car with different modes, like sport mode,
and comfort,
you have to test it in every mode.
Really?
Yeah, and in every mode, it should not go over 78 decibels.
Oh, wow.
Because I saw a load of people that come over for the Austrian car show. I can't remember what's the name of the Austrian car show.
I know of Essen, but that's Germany.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I can't think of what it's called.
But anyway,
It'll come to me.
So when they go to the car show in Austria, they drive through Germany to do it, and a lot of the cars get pulled over, the British cars, because you look at them and you think, that's why.
You mean tuning with Bodensee? Maybe? No? It's at the border to Austria.
This is a big car show over multiple days.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
a
it's a
big
weekend.
Volkswagen kind of thing. I can't
Wörthersee.
Sorry?
Wörthersee.
Wörthersee.
Wörthersee, yes.
Wörthersee.
Wörthersee, yes.
Wörthersee.
Wörthersee.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
We,
it.
we butcher it. Wörthersee, we say. Yeah. But yeah,
Wörthersee.
Wörthersee. Yeah.
So a lot of the British cars that come over through Germany,
Yeah.
they get stopped.
Yeah.
Because, and that's why when I was downstairs and I saw the 350Z, which is on bags, it's wide.
Yeah.
I thought, well, surely the police must say something about that. Because is there rules about width of cars and changes and?
Yeah, but if it's if you know the right people, you can get it, make it legal in the papers.
I love that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go in the world, if you know the right person.
It's like you need knowing.
Yeah,
You know,
you can just
yeah.
change it afterwards. If they stop you, you change it back.
After a certain age, it does become exempt. So if a car's 40 years or more
okay, yeah.
in the UK,
Like
they
Mark
kind of
One
go,
Golf.
well, it's okay. You're only going to
Yeah.
drive it occasionally, or is it still very much no?
Yeah, but for older cars, you have higher noise emissions. Yeah,
So
like the older
they're more
Harley
flexible.
Davidson, for example.
Yeah.
So you have, I believe, up to 70 something, you can do a noise emission of 104 decibel. I believe.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
because
But,
they're older, the way they're built and all the rest of it. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to advise someone for their first car,
Yeah.
what would you advise to buy for a first car?
No German car.
Oh, wow.
See back home, we'd
Just
probably
cut
say,
that, Anis, and put that in
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the trailer.
But I-
Don't buy a German car from a German guy.
No, but it is. They are. If you a new one or a used one, it doesn't matter.
No, just the first car that people would be able to afford.
You're going to say Nissan Micra, aren't you?
I would say Nissan Micra,
Yeah,
yes,
I
because
thought you
I
were.
drive almost 200,000 kilometers with no repair, no changing, everything.
Proof is in the pudding.
265,000 kilometres.
Yeah.
The
On the
Micra
Micra.
is that we
Yeah.
drive,
What's his?
which is 170,000 miles.
Give or take,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's still the first clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not after today.
Well, no,
If you want to see that footage, hop across the MOTORADDICTS. We did an autobahn run. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
And apologies for the damages. HP tuners will pick up the damages.
the clutch is always
Yeah, that's it.
No,
yeah.
but it's a good beginning car. So I would recommend an older car where you can repair it maybe on your own.
Yes,
So you can
yes.
learn about the technique how a car works. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the past when I did the driver license, we learned as well something about the car, how
Yeah.
to check the oil, for example,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
to check the tire pressure. Today, what they say, check the display. If the tire pressure is not right, you get a light.
Yeah.
If the oil pressure is not right, you get a light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the oil level is too low, you get a light. Yeah, you only have to check the lights. That's it. Yeah, but in the past, you learned more about
Maintenance.
the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but if you have a new car, and you can't do anything anymore on your own. Yeah, to change a lamp. Yeah.
Yeah.
A headlamp, whatever.
Yeah, it has the whole thing has to come apart.
Yeah, remove bumpers or whatever.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, and then that's a big problem. So if you get an old Ford Fiesta, for example, or an Corsa, an Opel Corsa B, C, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, it doesn't
You
matter.
can just jump in and do stuff.
If it gets a dent while parking, it don't hurt you.
Yeah.
And the doors are cheap because they're older.
Yeah.
And there's
Yes,
so many.
Yeah. So what is it about the HP Tuner software that you like to use so much and you would recommend to anyone else?
It is a combination of price and as well of usability.
Sure.
Yeah, and how easy is to use. So if I need quick changes to do, connect it, change something, flash it, done.
Yeah.
No need to remove, to open ECUs, to pin it or whatever, to go to hexadecimal numbers
Sure.
and use for memory blocks and that stuff. I hate that. Yeah, so that is much easier. So we had a few weeks ago we have a Pontiac Solstice. Did you know that?
Solstice. Yeah.
It's very rare here, so it's but anybody knows the Opel GT.
Yeah.
It's the same base.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that Solstice had a 2.4 liter engine, but it was turbocharged.
Yep.
Afterwards, and not from stock.
Oh, okay.
So and it was also tuned with HP tuners, and so we get the car because he gets from the turbo manufacturer or deliverer a base software on it, and it runs way too rich.
Right.
And so we connected, we read the software, we checked everything, we calibrated new, and say where the problems was, and we solved it. And that was a great job, which is only doable with HP tuners.
Yeah. Excellent.
Do you find that the German people would rather come to a place to have their car tuned, or would they take it on themselves?
No, it's completely different in Germany and like in the US. I know that the US guys want to do it on their own. They buy it from the shop or from the steam or wherever, and connect it and do things. They have no experience with these stuff. That's a problem. In Germany, it's completely different. The guys with modern car, especially chip tuning, they gave the car to a specialist.
An authorized dealer like yourself.
Same in the UK.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do it on their own. That's very rare. And I have one or two guys which want to do it with a Nissan as well.
Sure.
But the result is mostly horrible. Yeah. It's dangerous. Yeah. If I get a lot of cars which was tuned by different companies. Yeah. And if I make a log file or a dyno run and I see a lot of knocking, way too lean, way too rich somewhere, and you have to adapt that.
Sure.
Yeah. And but they can't read log files. That's the basics they don't understand. That's the issue. Yeah.
So, I mean, we're talking a lot about the tuning and the performance side of the internal combustion engine, but where do you see, like, the scope of where we're headed with EV and hybrid cars? Is that...
What I think is we don't have any future with EV cars. Because
I feel exactly the same.
It don't work. It will work. That's every normal people will say that. Because we don't have the resources to get all the batteries or to replace every car on the street with an EV. It's not
the
working.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, you don't get the power.
The charge points.
The charge points. Yeah. So it's, if you have a house where 10 families living, you have maybe 15 cars. Yeah. Did you want to have that big wire behind the house, and you have an heat,
They'll
ground
probably have
heating.
their own windmill, won't they?
Yeah.
Just to power the car.
It don't work. It don't work. So and I hate the law which they bring that in 2035
they stop
with the combustion
petrol,
engines. And I don't think that will work because it's a big industry on top of it. So Germany is an engine or a car builder company country. And so we have so many brands and so many companies which deliver parts for combustion engines, like an alternator or whatever. And you don't need it anymore.
They're not going to go
if everybody
bust
drives,
overnight, are they?
Yeah, let's face it, the automotive industry, this is just my opinion, I'll mention that, but I think that the oil companies, there's so much money in oil. The people that run the oil, the multi-billionaires, they're not gonna give up their industry and go, no, you're right, it's all about electric.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that.
Maybe they black out Europe. Also.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not
Yeah.
going to happen,
No.
and it's only 10 years away from now.
I don't know what it's like in the States, but certainly in the UK, I believe there's talk of extending, isn't there? Yeah.
No, it was supposed to be 2030, and they've extended it 5 years to 2035.
That's correct. So they're already nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't happen. I think the hydrogen engine.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be the one.
Porsche are developing alternative fuel, like
Yeah,
synthetic
clean
fuel.
biofuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the production of that fuel is
Very expensive
at the moment.
At the moment, yeah. But maybe 10 years' time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also tuned already some Teslas.
Have you?
Yeah, mainly with coilovers, suspension.
okay.
Not a sport exhaust or like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it doesn't work.
They don't need coilovers, mate. They need extinguishers. Yeah.
Because we have a lot of customers with the Tesla. What is called
Model X?
Model 3 Performance or
Yes.
Model Y Performance.
Yeah.
But with the 20-inch, they are too stiff.
Okay.
And the Tesla guys wanted like an S-Class.
Oh,
driving,
okay. So good
very
ride.
comfortable. And if you sell or if you say to the customers, you have 7% more range because you get lower it. You have,
Yeah.
And it is more comfortable. You sell it.
Of course,
that's
of course.
very easy.
Yeah.
So I make also business with the EV cars, but it's not that interesting. It's fun to drive it, to overtake on the street or something.
Like this.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like-
Instant power,
so I made also some YouTube videos for Y and Model 3 and so on. And if you accelerate from 0, it's
Yeah.
break your neck.
Yeah.
It feels like it's crazy. And but the emotion is
exactly what
it's
we
gone,
say.
yeah. And then you can drive only in the 200 horsepower Type R, for example, you have more emotions.
We talk about we overuse the word, but theatre and the way it makes you feel.
Yeah.
And there's something about older cars. It doesn't have to blow the doors off. It doesn't have to be 500 or 600 to 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
It can be 200 horsepower, but it just feels alive. You feel one with the vehicle.
Right.
And,
Yeah, that's the point. So it's not that I don't like new or modern cars.
Yeah.
I
You just prefer the older.
I'm also already old. I don't look that way. Maybe.
He's going to milk that, by the way. I can tell.
He's going to go and tell his
Them guys
missus,
from
you
the
never
UK,
guess what.
they thought I was 30 odd. Yeah.
but we did last week the RS6, and I like the performance and what they did out of the engine. But I don't want to repair these cars.
No.
That's a headache. So if you look in the engine bay and you can't get a hand there and there, it's not possible.
No, sure.
No way.
No, not for you.
I don't want.
Okay, so there's a question I was going to ask. You've got the 350Z. Do you stroker it, supercharge it, turbocharge it?
Yes, I did everything. And,
Yes is the answer.
yes is the answer. And everything has his pro and cons. So an NA stroker kit is great to drive. You have a very great throttle response and is reliable and hold forever, I would say. If you like trouble, then you can go twin turbos or single turbos as well. But it is a lot of money you have to spend to make the engine strong enough to hold the big torque gains you get with these turbo setups. But it's also fun to drive. So if you like the turbo kick, that's cool.
Yep.
No problem. Supercharging is like the combination of stroker or NA setups, because the driving and the response is almost the same, because you have on the maximum RPM the maximum boost, and the curve from torque and power is if you have the line here for NA, you will have the line for the supercharger only a little bit higher.
Just elevated slightly.
The reason why I ask is because a lot of people like the 350Z, but they still feel it's a bit underpowered.
Yes.
What is the cheapest option out of them three to get that extra power?
A supercharge, is it?
Sell it and buy another car.
GTR, yeah.
No, but the problem with the 350 is if you have the VQ35DE engine, you can't go big gains with a turbo or with supercharger without make the engine stronger.
Right.
So that is not cheap. That's a problem. So if you go, I would say, if you make a short final drive and upgrade your suspension, make it lighter. Yeah, for example.
Because they're a heavy car, aren't they?
It's a heavy car, right?
Yeah.
So that brings you a lot more, as well as driving fun, than to spend thousands of euros for everything else. But if you own the latest edition, the HR engines, the 313 horsepower versions, then you can add a supercharger on top of it, and you will have 450 horsepower.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
And it's on tap.
So that would be the cheapest on the newer engine.
Yes,
To go
yeah, it's the same on the 370s, because the block from the HR and the VHR from the 370 is almost the same.
Right.
You can build on top the supercharger, and you're good. So we already have one 370 running with almost 700 horsepower nearby.
Just from a supercharger?
Yeah, supercharger, stock engine.
Wow.
And it works.
That's
It's
impressive.
fast.
Yeah.
It's fast.
And you could be like Mad Max. You can have that supercharger wide.
It's not like
Doesn't stick out the bonnet though.
No.
but we are have in the Netherlands one customer with running way over 800 horsepower with a twin turbo setup. But the complete built engine.
Yeah. So supercharger, that's the way to go.
But only if you have the new
The later. So what year would that be if people were released?
2007.
2007 onwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's only 2007, 2000, beginning 2008, and then it starts with
It went to
370.
370.
Yes,
Right.
yeah,
Okay. Well, that's good information. There you go. Yeah. Well, we'll summarise there. If people watching want to find, well, first of all, where you are, but also your socials, and you mentioned your YouTube channel, feel free to take them, tell them where you are. And
we are at Instagram, we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook. Just search for CTD Germany. It's very simple to get. You get a lot of information from our YouTube channel, and if I have time, I do also some reels on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's quick and dirty sometimes. But,
Welcome to our
that's our standard. That's our standard. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching. We could talk forever. I think we could talk for a long time. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode. We're quite excited because we're on to the Nürburgring next. So if you want to see how we get on there, make sure you check out that video as well on our channel and on HP Tuners. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.